Hey, welcome back to my channel. My name is Dunebee, and if you're new here, welcome. We're happy to have you. These were the placements that were established in the previous episode. Haiku sus number 2 was Penelope because of her connections and her unfortunate shim addiction. Number 4 is Cindy because she probably wanted out and was fed up with the way Matthew was treating her. And sort of sus number 1 was Herschel just because he's just young and dumb. And then least sus in 4th place was Lavinia because she's too business minded. Now for this episode, here is the new placements. Once again, Penelope stays in 2nd place in the high key sus category. I had removed Cindy from high key sus number 4 to moderately sus number 2 because I feel like if she wanted out, I think she would have done something a little bit different just to get out but still live her life. Because what's the point of wanting freedom from somebody just to end up behind bars? Because then you're just trapped, but just in another form and by other means. Herschel was in the category sort of sus number 1, but I pushed him all the way to number 4 because at this point he's really just there, like there's really not too much you can get out of him at this point. Lavinia was moved from least sus number 4 to least sus number 3 because she's too flirty for my comfort, but I trust her for the most part, and she's not really hiding anything as far as I know, and she's pretty forthcoming. And in the last video we met the mysterious girlfriend Jennifer. Now with her, I know my character is a friend of hers, or at least I guess you could say like they're well acquainted, but so far I don't get any negative vibes from her. And with her backstory, with her visa expiring, I think if anything she would just stay out of the limelight, to stay away from everything that was involved in this particular situation, because to me it wouldn't make much sense for her to know that she's already has a red flag in one area and then create another red flag in another area, i.e. killing Matthew, or at least having some type of involvement in that. Because if come to find out she has an expired visa and she murdered someone in another country, that would just destroy her life like you wouldn't believe. So that's why I put her in least sus number 2, because to me, I don't think she would, out of everybody, I don't think she would take a big risk like that. The sad thing about the visual novel so far is that when you talk to everybody, you see that Matthew Park was definitely the least bit innocent. He's innocent in the sense that he was murdered and he's a victim, but prior to that he made a lot of enemies even within his own family. Take his son Herschel for example, always fighting, didn't want him to have a girlfriend, didn't want him to run away, threatened to cut him off. Cindy, he cheated on her, ran around with Penelope behind her back. Penelope, I don't really think he wronged her. I think that she was probably the only person he treated normal before he passed. Lavinia, you could tell that she mentally and metaphorically distanced herself from Matthew, seeing that he was pretty much on a downward spiral. And it makes sense because when you own a business, or if you're part of a business and you are a shareholder, and if you put a lot into it, then it's gonna make you upset when someone really starts to jack things up in the company. And as far as Jennifer is concerned, she knows that there's an issue between Matthew and Herschel, and she knows that it had something to do with her. So I think at this point it's going to be tough to really figure out who killed him, or who was at least involved in killing him, because he crossed so many paths and he burnt so many bridges. So it's really up in the air at this point. And with that being said, we're just gonna go ahead and get started with the gameplay. Okay. Got answers, Lavinia? Lavinia takes you to the DJ booth. She puts one arm around you and one around Logan. When this is over, promise to come back. I like you. No time for small talk. We need to check something with you. And we like you. We need to check something, a new detail. A witness says someone moved water bottles at the pool. Lavinia raises her eyebrows. She waits for your next sentence. They saw a colorfully haired lady. Most likely Penelope. I mean, Lavinia basically is a redhead. I mean, since it's a drawing, it looks almost like a natural shade of red, like it was dyed that way. But typically when people say colored, I think of like blue, pink, purple, green, colors like that. So I'm pretty sure it was Penelope they saw. They saw a colorfully haired lady moving Matthew Park's water bottle. This would be important to the police. That wasn't me. I ordered a drink, but it didn't come in time, so I left early. So first of all, if you basically own a bar / club, why didn't you just get one on the house? I mean, anyways, I wasn't anywhere near the pool when whatever happened. Can anyone confirm that? Nico can confirm it. He was making drinks or maybe cleaning the pool. Ask him. Let's get him up here. She looks towards the bar. Huh, thought he was still here. Maybe he's on break. While we wait, tell us about the drinks. Start at the beginning. Why not? Start from the beginning. This is important. Cindy and I like to lie by the pool and read after yoga. We ordered drinks from Nico, but he was taking way too long. I turned to Cindy and said, "This is ridiculous. I'm gone." Ugh, I know. I'm walking. I'll cancel your order. Don't bother. Why was it taking so long? Well, I mean, she obviously wouldn't know that. But then if I ask what was your order, he may say, "Oh, that's irrelevant." Ask Nico. I didn't order anything different. I don't wait around for anyone. Understood. So I walked out. That's the last I know. I took a long shower. Okay, we get it. And I was half dressed when a female police officer came into the dressing room and told me there'd been an accident. Okay, thanks. We'll find Nico and confirm. How's it going? Are you close to solving this thing? I can't really discuss it. We can't discuss it. You understand. I do. I'm discreet. What do you think, Logan? Is this tougher than the other part cases you solved? Oh, I've already solved it. I'm just waiting for my assistant to catch up. The ultimate punk nugget right here. You laugh. You look out onto the dance floor. Projected lights coil around bodies in the dark. This is ridiculous. Matthew's affair. Nico. Where would I find Nico? What? Uh-oh. Oh, I mean, okay. Alright, so she helped this guy cheat on his wife. And he cheated on the woman who helped him with another woman. Some things just come back full circle. The widow bursts into tears. With Penelope? I get it. I know what she's thinking. She's thinking, I have money, I'm dignified, I'm refined, I have class, and Penelope has purple hair. Oh, man. Yes. I know this is a difficult time, but did you... Why are you telling me, you cruel little girl? Don't forget you did the same thing to another woman. The police or the press will find out. They'll say it's a motive for murder, revenge because of the affair. You need to be ready. Ready? Oh, I'm ready. She fumbles for her remote controls. She pushes you away. She clicks a button and monitor lowers in front of the fish tank. She video calls Penelope. The Capri Motel? There's an awkward silence. That's an odd way to start interrogating somebody. What's Cindy's connection to that motel? Logan, what did you tell her? How could you? You were my friend. I trusted you. We took vacations together. That don't mean anything. Penelope glances down at Cindy. She clicks her tongue. If you can't hold on to your man, that's not my fault. Yikes. He told me what you've done. You whisper to Logan. Now the truth should come out. Logan says nothing. Cindy continues to scream at the TV. Penelope gets less and less interested in the conversation. She cuts off the call. Cindy dismisses the monitor. She throws her controller across the room. She looks wildly at you. I gave my life for him. I lived in this tomb for years without love or friends. What more do you want from me? You did this to yourself. You intervened on a marriage. You spent money on some dude. Okay, first of all, he apparently already had wealth and status, yet you still had to come behind him and then offer more money. A whole bunch of stuff didn't really even make sense in this whole scenario from start to finish. Lavinia made it sound like she was the one who saw his potential and funded him and helped him, and then all of a sudden you're saying, well, I funded everything, I did this and that, I was there from the beginning. So she was in Mr. Park's life for a long time, and he was probably mad at her for his wife dying, and he probably married her to make her suffer. That sometimes with certain people, relationships can literally be a form of discipline or a form of revenge depending on how it's carried out, and I think that's the case with Cindy. I think Mr. Park married her as a form of revenge, because if she had love, or if she was without love or friends, that was definitely part of the plan. Who do you think I am? Emotions break over Cindy like waves. She tries to get up, but the floor rises around her and her hip bashes against the table. Logan rushes to her. She pushes him away. She stumbles up and over to her bedroom, locking herself in. The room is silent. Logan turns... Oh my goodness, this is just so dramatic. The room is silent. Logan slowly turns towards you. Why? Why did I tell her? I mean, that's a very interesting choice of words. Sometimes you need to smash things together to see what happens. So there was some strategy here. Duh. Not really. I'm just so over it. I'm taking Cindy off the suspects list. She didn't know about the affair. You can't fake those emotions. Yes, you can. You're going to do this to everyone? If you have a better way, tell me. I'm supposed to learn from you. Cindy's doctor arrives a few minutes later and is let into her bedroom. What in the actual... You look at Logan, the sleuth of Silicon Valley, slumped in a chair with a dog at his feet. Hey, what happened between you and Cindy? I'll explain some other time. Cindy cries loudly from her bedroom. Logan heads for the exit. If I see a mystery, I want to solve it. Logan nods non-committedly. Oh, this is interesting. You bring a blanket to Jennifer. She thanks you and wraps it around her legs. She shivers. It may be a bit too early to say this, but I actually like Jennifer. I really do, and I hope that everything works out for her. But if she is involved in the murder, then forget her. Yeah, Herschel and his dad had a huge fight, and apparently it was over me. And his dad never met you? She shakes her head. That's not exactly a denial. Herschel and I were running away to new life. He went to say goodbye to to his dad, and then the plans were off. And keep switching between Matthew and Dad. What do you call it, running away? Why do you call it running away? You're an adult and so is Herschel. What were you running from? She avoids your eyes. Matthew Park was murdered. Whatever you're embarrassed about, you can trust us. We can help. She looks at Logan for a moment, then at you. I told you I overstayed my visa. That isn't the whole story. Matthew Park, Herschel's dad, was my boss. Your boss? What do you mean? You remember I dropped out right before graduation? It was because I did a 48-hour code jam that was judged by the great Matthew Park. You coded in that in the Park style, gutsy move. You coded that in the Park style, gutsy move. Yes, sir, I've studied everything you've done. Drop out and work for me. Wait. Hard to do what? Ghost coding, under the table work. He had a reputation as a genius, but he couldn't be bothered to write code anymore. He outsourced it all to me. And you were trapped. I thought he would, get me an H-1B visa and announce I was his protege. But he kept pushing it off, and finally I realized I was in a pit and there was no way out. If her story really is true, that is so jacked up. Sometimes I work 15-hour days. He got one nerve. While he slipped out of the office. I can make a joke, but I'm not going to. He said he'd report me to ICE if I stepped out of line. What finally saved me was love. Love. With Herschel. The only time I got outside my room was yoga class and I finally saw Herschel there. She takes off the blanket, just thinking about him warms her. I wonder if they were fighting not specifically because of who she was, but because of all the information and stuff that she had, that maybe Herschel would end up using it against him since him and his dad didn't get along. Or maybe Mr. Park thought that she was aware of something, but didn't really know if she did or not. Like, he was worried about something, I think. And it was love at first sight, for me at least. I already know how they meant. Yes, I couldn't explain to him because it was too weird and he thought I was a different kind of girl. I kept seeing him in class and our mats kept ending up closer, and I got him to take me to the lounge downstairs on a date, and then we danced, and it was really real love between us. And love gave me the courage to go on strike. I stopped coding. Mr. Park. Matthew was furious. I'm not going to be humiliated. This has to end. Yes, it's going to end. I'm gone. I quit. We're through. That's why he fought with Herschel. He had to break you up to keep you here. You're the genius behind the Park Corporation. Jennifer leans back. The light from the pool reflects around her. Please don't tell Herschel. What are you going to tell him? You don't want Detective Ashford to break the news. She doesn't look worried. This won't look good to the police. It's a motive. They'll say you or Herschel killed Mr. Park so you could be free. You'll solve it. I believe in you. Oh, thanks, Jennifer. Will I ever need this guy? What? Okay. Of course, Lavinia knows everything. The lounge is at low tide. Couples huddle around candles in the darkness. Lavinia, we have info that affects the corporation. She raises an eyebrow. Her friends drift away. Go. A young woman I know named Jennifer Kobara is the genius behind the Park Corporation. Lavinia smiles and puts her hand on yours. Girl, don't touch me. Yes. You knew? I'm sorry. I didn't want to say anything because it's not my story to tell. Jennifer has a right to privacy. She did pair programming with Matthew, right? She did more than that. She did all his work for years. She was crunching 15-hour days while he slipped out with Penelope. Lavinia frowns. I did not know that. That's bad. Your majority shareholder, Matthew, was dead. You need to put things right. Plans come together quickly in her mind. You know what? I want her to take over. I think that would be great for the company. Girl power. She starts a video call. Penelope will love the PR angle. I'll convince the board. How much of Matthew's work did you say she did? Don't make this public yet. Wait, don't make this public yet. Jennifer doesn't want certain people to know. Lavinia cancels her call. The police will think it's a motive. She killed Matthew to take his place. Maybe not to take his place, maybe to get out. Lavinia nods. She drums her manicured fingernails on the bar. We need to protect her. The next 48 hours will be tricky. Thank you. I needed to know. Lavinia puts a hand on your arm. Girl, again, do not touch me. Your skin tingles. I appreciate your help so much. Looks like we're going to be up all night. Do you want to take a break and go upstairs? No. Are you asking me, Logan? Sorry, I thought you knew. It's ladies' night in the VIP lounge. Logan, you have to stay here at the bar. I understand. No. I respect that. Is anything holding you up? Let me help. Even if you were a dude, I'd still say no. There's one person we haven't been able to meet yet. The pool boy. Nico. Yes, he's always running around. He's got 2 or 3 jobs. He's a part-timer here. Right. Can you call him in? For the next hour, Lavinia works her phone, and Nico is bartending a party. No, Nico's working at a 24-hour gym. No, he went home with some cougar who picked him up. Anyways, you find a quieter corner of the bar and call your client. You fill him in on your progress. My girlfriend's not texting me back. She's just being careful. We can't talk about her over the phone. I really hope nothing happens to Jennifer. Lavinia comps you and Logan on to food. Wait. Lavinia comps? I guess that's short for compliments? Like complimentary or something? You and Logan to food at the bar. You order... I'm going for the french fries. It's delicious. Sometime later, you hear Lavinia yelling into her phone. Uh-oh. I don't care. Get your bubbles in here. She's tracked down Nico. He's at the closing night of a local microbrewery. Half hour later, Nico walks in the back door of the lounge. I wonder if Cindy was having relations with the pool boy, because to me that seems like a motive. Or maybe Penelope was with... Oh, man. Wait, that's Nico? That's Nico? After hours, partiers push in through the double doors and surge around you and Logan. Lavinia yells to you. I told Nico to take a shift behind the bar. He wouldn't come all this way for free. Yeah, how is he as an employee? She laughs. Oh, Nico's Nico, always hustling. He's cute and harmless. I can't imagine he's mixed up in murder. Those are the ones you gotta watch out for. You press through the melee. Nico takes orders and flirts with customers. He smiles at you. If I could roll my eyes 360,000 degrees, I would. I pictured Nico to be like this skinny, scrawny little pool boy. Because when I think pool boy, I think of someone like, small and on the scrawny side, not somebody like this. Hey, beauty, what do you have? A Lavinia special for me and an old-fashioned for T.S. Logan. Nico nods and starts mixing your drink. Gin, lime juice. T.S. Logan the detective? That's right, we need your help for a few minutes. Nico burns an orange twist over your drink, caramelizing the oil. You take the drink and leave a very large tip. You're working for free and you leave a tip. Not a smart move. Sure, take the two top in the corner. Okay, one thing I did notice about the game is that some of the wording and the grammar and sometimes the spelling is a little bit off, so I may just get confused for a bit, but don't worry about that too much. Sure, take the two top in the corner. Let me just get through this rush. A few minutes later, Nico eases down next to you. Ugh. Nico, take us back to the start of the evening. What brought you to the pool? Nico squints, trying to remember. Well, I was working behind the bar up there. Happy hour was over. It had emptied out by the time Mr. Park and what's-her-name came in with the purple hair. Penelope, that's who I mean. The PR star. She and Mr. Park walked to the pool together. Yeah, what was their mood? Because they were looking at each other. They were looking each other over, as they walked from the changing rooms to the pool. They got good bodies. They work out. What was your first interaction with them? I mixed two specials for Mr. Park and Penelope, and I put the drinks by the pool. You physically moved the drinks to the side of the pool? Yeah. Why, what's wrong? What happened next? They talked. Penelope left for a phone call or something. I picked up her empty bottle and I heard a splash. I think Mr. Park dove in. He stops and puts his hands up. I just want to be clear that I'm not the lifeguard, okay? I'm a bartender. I haven't been trained in... I'm not supposed to watch the pool. Everyone swims at their own risk. We understand. Anyway, I'm restocking the bar, and I turn to see Mr. Park floating in the pool. He wasn't moving? Well, I can tell he's face down. I think he's just holding his breath, like for endurance training, no big deal. The amount of stupidity I just read in the last 5 seconds really just hurts my brain. Are we done here? I see some regulars I need to serve. At some point you realize... Yeah, right. So I'm collecting towels, maybe 10 more minutes. I turn back and he's still face down, so I jump in. I turn him over and I pull him to the shallow end. I thought maybe I shouldn't lift him out because maybe he broke his neck in the dive. I don't know, I wasn't thinking. You called the police? I did, yeah. His phone was there by the pool and I called 911. Wait. His phone was by the pool and you called 911? For somebody as big and prominent as Mr. Park, you would think he would have like a lock screen on his phone. Anyways, and I tried mouth to mouth and all that, but he's dead. He's gone. I could tell. It was... Ugh. Okay, look, I gotta get back. Here's my number if you got more questions. We got a bachelorette party coming in. They need me.